Hey there, Jamila Robinson, founding executive director for Missing Pieces Support Group, where we help women and families who've experienced pregnancy loss. We do that in a couple of ways. First, our care package program that helps women feel seen and heard. But secondly, we have support group programming that meets women where they are and helps them get through the grief work. As we continue to expand our community, we found additional ways to hold our community's hands. And we also provide peer group support for those who've experienced pregnancy after loss, as well as those who are now parents after a pregnancy loss. But we have identified a gap. We know that men also grieve in this type of loss. And while trying to sustainably support that grief, um, we have figured that it's not the best path for us to pursue, which is why we are so thankful to have connected with Rob and Sad Dad's Club. And I'm going to let him tell you more about what they've got going on.
Jamila, thank you so much. So much for reaching out, so much for thinking of the fathers, thinking of how to meet men where they are and to help support the grieving process as they go through pregnancy loss, infant loss, child loss. It's extremely complicated for any human being to endure. Somebody far more credentialed than I am, Dr. Kathy Shear, the founder and the director of the Center for Prolonged Grief at Columbia University. I always use her quote, "It is the most disorienting thing that a human being can endure. Child loss is unrelenting. Grief doesn't end. Healing doesn't end. These things are lifelong." And that is exactly why I, along with two other fathers, started Sad Dads Club. My name is Rob Ryder. I'm Lila's dad. I'm the executive director and co-founder, as I mentioned, of Sad Dads Club. And we exist to fill that void. We exist to make sure that men out there have a place that they can go where they feel supported through some of the most complicated, maddening, and just confusing and difficult circumstances that an adult can endure. Child loss, infant loss, pregnancy loss. It's all so complicated historically and societally. It's been the expectation that men should be strong. And by that, it's unexpressive in your emotional output. It's putting on a strong face. It's grinning and bearing it. And if you do this to all that grief and all that pain, it's going to erupt one day and it's going to present in a way that could be damaging to yourself or loved ones. And that's why we want to be the net to catch these men before they fall. The mission statement of Sad Dads Club is that Sad Dads Club helps fellow bereaved fathers navigate life after loss by nurturing a supportive community and providing access to mental health services. Now, what that means is that the first component of that final line, the nurturing a supportive community, we want spaces both in person and virtual where fathers can come and be with other dads who have gone through something similar, who are currently grieving the loss of a child, a pregnancy loss, infant loss, child loss. We are bound by what grief does to us and how it impacts our lives moving in life after that loss. We do that through weekly Zoom sessions. We have a private channel on Discord that is literally active 24/7 with bereaved fathers all over the world, sharing their struggles, sharing their successes. We also have in-person regional events all over the country and even beyond. Additionally to that, we host retreats at least twice a year. We're doing our first in California this year. We also always have one in the fall in beautiful Maine, which is where I'm located. And that is our community support model. We also have kind of smaller group cohorts that we've been rolling out to help dads with more nuanced things that they're going through. Like if you are a father who has experienced a loss and now has a child between the ages of 0 and 24 months. We also have something facilitated by another dad for a small cohort over 5 weeks. It's called a letter writing journey. We're constantly thinking of ways that we can meet dads where they are and give them the support that they need to endure the most disorienting event of their life. We want to help them get their feet beneath them and make sure that they know that they are not alone. So, our community support, nurturing that supportive community is all based on lived experience and making sure dads know that they have this other group of dads who understands what they're going through and they can reach out to them whenever they need them. The second, or rather the final part of the mission statement with providing access to mental health services, we know there's a disparity out there, and we know the disparity is not only a barrier to cost of getting quality professional mental health services. We know that executive functioning in the wake of child loss is non-existent. You could have a great job with wonderful insurance, but trying to find somebody who Rather, trying to find a quality therapist in your network who is currently taking new patients. Do they even have experience treating somebody who has endured child loss and is grieving? That could be too much for somebody, and they could just say, you know what, I'll deal with it later. We want to create seamless access to professional mental health services. So, we as Sad Dads Club partner with therapists all over the country who specialize in child loss and grief, and we pay for up to 6 sessions per dad who comes to us with these types of requests. Again, we want to be the net that catches those dads when the floor disappears beneath them before they hit the bottom. That's what we're there for. We are making sure to nurture a community to provide access, seamless access to quality professional mental health services. And our work in that way is never done. We are always looking for new ways and new programs to roll out to help meet these dads where they are.
So, Lost Dads, we heard you and we listened, and we get it. Men don't grieve the same way as women. The traditional support groups don't work. So we'd love to connect you to a system that we know does through Rob and Sad Dads Club. Here's what our partnership looks like. If you land on our website because you're looking for help, either through your partner or yourself, we can connect you to Rob by simply completing your intake form. When you identify that you are a lost dad, we will do a warm transfer to Robin team, who will then reach out and follow up with your needs so that you are connected to community that can truly support you. So, Rob, we're truly thankful for this connection, this opportunity, and being collaborative to help grieving families move forward in a meaningful way.
Thank you so much, Jamila. The work that you and the folks at Missing Pieces Support Group does is so vital. I truly believe that we are always stronger together, knowing of more organizations who are meeting those families and who are giving them the support that they need. Grief is way, way, way too heavy to carry alone. And oftentimes when we're out there in the world, it feels like we're the only ones who are going through what we're going through. And as we know, it's more common than we maybe even realized before we endured the loss that we did. But in that, creating these communities, creating these support systems is so vital to families. And what we've seen in Sad Dads Club is that when the man is supported, the whole family benefits. Yes, we are here specifically to support the father because that's a group we know. We are bereaved fathers. But we want to create a space where they can come, they can engage, they can get what they need, however that looks to them. If they want to show up to a Zoom and they just want to listen, turn their camera off, fine. If they show up to a Zoom and they want to share, the floor will be open. But our hope is that whenever they are engaging in any space or any resource that we offer, that they are then able to go back to their families, back to their careers, back to all the other areas in their life where they are in such high demand and be able to be more present, be able to be more focused, be able to be more a version of themselves that they recognize. You are never the same after loss. You are a new version of yourself. But we are hoping that you can find a way, little by little, piece by piece, back to a life that is one that can experience joy and light again. That grief will always exist, but the coexistence of grief and joy is also possible. And that is what we have seen happen through the power of community in Sad Dads Club. And that's what we will never stop striving to provide.
So through this partnership, we're covering both sides of the coin. And that is so super exciting to holistically help a family. We're taking care of the moms, and Rob's going to be taking care of the dads. We can't wait to see what comes of this.
We are super, super excited. Thank you again so much, Jamila. Thank you to your whole team and what you do at Missing Pieces Support Group. We are more powerful together. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.